Hey everyone, Philip here. I want to talk today about global trade networks and some of the works that we're doing with Enterprise Ireland, which is one of the world's most successful trade agencies. And what's really interesting about Ireland is because there are so many foreign companies based here that you have a huge network of suppliers and partners and vendors who are selling into those companies. So if you think about companies like Google, like MSD, like Pfizer, like AbbVie, and many of those other companies. They're all in this country, they're working here, they're employing people, but they also rely on hundreds of thousands of vendors and suppliers to help them in their everyday needs, to help them with staffing, recruiting, supplies, partners, everything like that. And so that creates a really interesting network of super specialized companies who are there to help them. So if you look at Intel, for example, they have very specialized suppliers for clean rooms, stainless steel, wafers, all that kind of technology can be sourced around the world, but there's also lots and lots of suppliers that are in the country. And so one of the things that we're doing with Enterprise Ireland, which is one of our clients, is helping them to understand the depth of really interesting suppliers and partners that are working with these international global brands. So one of the things that we built is a tool which helps the government to understand what vendors are working with which suppliers. And so just to help you understand here what we do, Irish Innovation Directory. And in this directory, it's all of the companies that Enterprise Ireland support. So Enterprise Ireland is the trade agency from the Irish government. And all of these are profiles of companies that they support. So it may be supporting them through training, maybe via grant. There may be companies that they've taken a small equity stake in. But all of these companies now have a profile on Proven, and any international buyer can find out, okay, who's a good company for lighting, for example, and who's a company that I can work on to get my energy bill reduced. And so how these companies work is that they create a profile and they talk about their company and they say what they do and they say who some of their clients are. So in this particular instance, they have Kerry and Intersport as clients. And that goes for lots of the companies in our platform. And the benefit of this is that the companies then can be found by international buyers who are looking for information. So if I'm looking for, data center companies, the system will search for all of the companies that I've mentioned that they work with data centers. And then I can then find a company that does this and can help me with building a data center. In addition to that, we then send leads to these companies who may be looking for new partners or clients to work with, and all of those leads are captured in the system. In addition to that, we've built this tool for Enterprise Ireland, which is called the Buyer Search, and this allows anyone on the Enterprise Ireland team to search for who is working with who across the international landscape. So if we look at some of these big companies, for example, like Pfizer, like MSD, like Boston Scientific, we can see which 21 Enterprise Ireland companies are working with Boston Scientific. So we can see all of these great companies that are working with Boston Scientific. And this is really good for a couple of reasons. It helps another company that might be like Boston Scientific to think, if all of these great suppliers exist in the Irish ecosystem, then it's probably a good idea for me to set up in this country, because there is a really great ecosystem for aerospace or for energy or for construction services. They all have experience in working with great companies like Boston Scientific. In addition to that, Irish companies then can reach out to each other. For example, if I wanted to get into Boston Scientific, I might be able to reach into some of these companies and say, hey, I'm a fellow Irish company. I'd love to talk to you about how you work with Boston Scientific, and can we set up a meeting? Can we talk about how you've done that? So that's a really good way for those Irish companies to learn from each other and connect with each other. So this tool is being used by Irish teams in the government to find out similar suppliers, to look at who's supplying who. And this gives companies a really good idea of the kind of quality network that exists in the country. So that's it in a nutshell. We've essentially built the Irish Innovation Directory, which helps buyers to find great suppliers across Ireland. It helps the Irish government to promote the 4,000 or more companies that exist across the country that they've supported. It helps these companies get leads and people book meetings with them, and helps buyers to understand that there is a great network of Irish companies. In addition to that, then we see great, interesting data about the suppliers and the partners that those companies are working with, which makes it very easy for international buyers to trust the network that Enterprise Ireland has built. That's it. Thanks very much for your attention.